Hey Steelers Nation, we're back with an exclusive video packed with the latest updates on our beloved Pittsburgh Steelers. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. This way, you'll never miss any exclusive updates or exciting Steelers news. The news has been buzzing across the league all morning, and now it's official. Courtland Sutton is officially a Pittsburgh Steeler. The whispers that have been circulating for weeks have finally turned into reality, and the fan base is both ecstatic and cautiously optimistic. Sutton, a wide receiver known for his physicality, route-running precision, and ability to dominate in contested catch situations, now brings his talents to a team desperate for a dynamic presence in the red zone. The Steelers, notorious for their history of producing elite quarterbacks and developing top-tier offensive weapons, are clearly signaling their intent to redefine their aerial attack. Sutton's arrival is more than just a single roster move. It's a statement, a ripple through the league that Pittsburgh is aggressively shaping its offense around someone who could be a go-to target when the stakes are highest. Analysts have been dissecting the implications, considering how this changes the dynamics with current receivers and wondering how the quarterback-receiver chemistry will unfold. There's a sense of anticipation, almost electric, because Sutton isn't just any player. He's a name that commands attention, a player whose presence alters coverage schemes, forcing defenses to rethink their approach entirely. Every training camp session, every preseason matchup will now be watched with heightened scrutiny as fans and analysts alike speculate about the ceiling of this partnership and what it could mean for a Steelers offense hungry for dominance. The Steelers' strategy seems clear, almost audacious in its ambition. By securing Sutton, they're signaling a shift toward an offense that doesn't merely rely on tradition, but embraces versatility, aggression, and precision. The red zone, historically a spot where defenses tighten and mistakes become costly, suddenly looks very different with Sutton in the mix. Observers are already drawing comparisons to some of the most dominant red zone threats of the past decade, speculating whether Sutton can replicate or even surpass those performances within the Steelers system. The implications extend beyond single-game strategy. They ripple into draft considerations, off-season trades, and even the long-term vision for the team. Every analyst has a theory, every fan has an expectation, and every coach has a challenge. Integrating a player of Sutton's caliber into an offense while maintaining cohesion and balance. Rumors suggest that the locker room reception was overwhelmingly positive, with teammates expressing excitement at the prospect of having a reliable target who can elevate their game in critical situations. Beyond the XS and OS, Sutton represents hope, an injection of energy and confidence, the kind of player whose mere presence can lift a team's morale and transform narratives around offensive efficiency. The buzz is undeniable, the speculation relentless, and as preseason draws closer, the Pittsburgh faithful are bracing for what could be a defining season. From a tactical standpoint, the addition of Sutton opens countless possibilities. The Steelers' playbook, already known for its adaptability and nuanced formations, now has a weapon capable of stretching defenses vertically and horizontally. The red zone, a space where every inch matters, suddenly becomes a domain where Sutton can assert his dominance, using size, skill, and timing to outmaneuver defenders. Rumors indicate that the coaching staff is already designing packages specifically to maximize his presence, including creative motion plays, isolated matchups, and situational schemes tailored to exploit Sutton's strengths. This move also sends a message to the rest of the league. Pittsburgh is willing to invest in proven talent rather than gamble solely on potential, a philosophy that could redefine their competitive outlook. Fans are already debating how this affects the quarterback's decision-making, the chemistry with other receivers, and even the overall tempo of the offense. Analysts speculate about the possible impact on defensive alignments league-wide, as teams may have to rethink coverage strategies whenever Sutton is on the field. There's also chatter about the morale boost this provides to the Steelers' locker room, a psychological edge that could translate into intangible benefits during high-stakes games. Sutton's signing is a catalyst for conversation, analysis, and anticipation, a development that continues to fuel the rumor mill and keeps the eyes of the football world trained firmly on Pittsburgh. Off-field narratives are as intriguing as the on-field implications. The chatter surrounding Sutton's arrival isn't limited to tactics. It extends into fan culture, media speculation, and even betting lines. Social media platforms are ablaze with reactions ranging from cautious optimism to outright celebration, with fans dissecting every possible impact, from touchdowns to jersey sales. Insider whispers suggest that locker room chemistry, leadership dynamics, and mentorship roles are already topics of conversation, as Sutton's personality and experience could influence not just the offense, but the broader team culture. Analysts have pointed out that the Steelers' history of integrating high-profile acquisitions varies greatly, making Sutton's adaptation a central storyline to watch. Rumors also hint at contract negotiations, incentive structures, and potential extensions that could shape the team's financial flexibility, further adding layers of intrigue. Every local and national sports outlet is now predicting what this means for playoff chances, red zone efficiency, and overall league standing, with debates extending late into the night. Sutton's presence creates a domino effect, where even minor plays or training camp impressions are scrutinized for clues about the future. The narrative around Pittsburgh shifts almost instantly, from a team with potential to a team with a tangible, high-impact threat in critical moments. The buzz, the speculation, the constant debate, it's all part of the ecosystem that now revolves around Courtland Sutton and his role in redefining the Steelers' offensive identity. The timing of the announcement also plays a critical role in the surrounding rumors. Dropped strategically during a media lull, it ensures maximum attention, dominating sports cycles and conversation threads simultaneously. Analysts note that the psychological effect on opponents should not be underestimated, as preparing for Sutton introduces complexities that challenge even the most disciplined defensive units. Rumors swirl regarding training regimens, preseason targets, and initial snap counts, as insiders attempt to predict how Sutton's integration will manifest immediately. The Steelers' coaching staff is reportedly enthusiastic, using this acquisition as a motivational tool, signaling to both players and fans that the organization is committed to pushing boundaries and taking calculated risks for success. Discussions around red zone strategy, previously theoretical, are now concrete, revolving around Sutton's ability to create separation, win contested catches, and convert scoring opportunities under pressure. Fans speculate about his chemistry with the quarterback, imagining scenarios where Sutton becomes the go-to option in clutch moments, potentially transforming the Steelers' reputation in close contests. Every rumor, every discussion, every social media thread seems to circle back to one central theme. Sutton's arrival is more than a transaction. It's a narrative pivot, an inflection point that could define a season, alter expectations, and reignite conversations about Pittsburgh as a formidable offensive force in the league. Financial and strategic implications are also the subject of constant debate among insiders. The contract details, while partially disclosed, spark speculation about long-term planning, salary cap maneuvering, and potential future acquisitions. Rumors suggest that the Steelers are building a package not only to maximize immediate output, but also to retain flexibility for upcoming drafts and free agency periods. Fans and analysts alike dissect every clause, every incentive, every projected yardage bonus, considering how this aligns with the team's broader philosophy and competitive trajectory. This move is seen as both a statement and a calculated gamble, blending high reward with high expectation, forcing commentators to weigh short-term gains against long-term sustainability. Beyond the field, merchandising, media attention, and brand visibility are also anticipated to surge, amplifying the cultural footprint of the organization. Sutton, in effect, becomes both a football asset and a public-facing symbol of the Steelers' ambitions, the player whose arrival could influence public perception, fan engagement, and even the recruitment of future talent. Rumors continue to swirl, fueled by every minor observation, every off-season practice, and every media snippet, creating an ecosystem of anticipation, speculation, and heightened excitement surrounding Pittsburgh's evolving narrative, where Courtland Sutton is positioned squarely at the center of attention. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Speculation about Courtland Sutton's immediate impact continues to dominate conversations among analysts and fans alike, and the rumors surrounding his first few games with the Steelers are already swirling. Observers are predicting scenarios where Sutton becomes the primary red zone target, exploiting mismatches and using his physicality to dominate defenders in crucial situations. Every practice snap, every drill and training camp is being dissected for signs of chemistry with the quarterback, and insiders hint at subtle adjustments in the offensive scheme designed specifically to highlight Sutton's strengths. The Steelers' front office appears intent on maximizing his influence, considering motion plays, formation shifts, and creative red zone packages that could turn high-pressure situations into routine scoring opportunities. Fans are eagerly debating potential touchdown connections, imagining highlight reels where Sutton climbs above defenders, snatches contested passes, and turns games around in critical moments. Rumors suggest that his presence is already elevating the confidence of the entire offensive unit, creating a psychological advantage that could translate into on-field dominance. Meanwhile, the league is paying attention as defensive coordinators scramble to adapt strategies, plan coverage rotations, and adjust personnel whenever Sutton is on the field. Social media is ablaze with predictions, meme-worthy scenarios, and heated debates over how Sutton's addition might shift the balance of power in the division, making Pittsburgh a focal point for speculation, discussion, and anticipation. Every report, every insider tweet, and every passing comment only fuels the sense that something significant is brewing in the Steel City, with Sutton positioned as the central figure in a story that could redefine the team's offensive identity. Rumors also point to the evolving dynamics within the locker room, where Sutton's arrival might alter leadership structures, mentorship roles, and interpersonal chemistry. Sources hint that veteran players are not only supportive but energized by the possibility of a reliable, dominant target in critical situations. There's chatter about how Sutton's work ethic, competitive nature, and professional approach could influence younger receivers, setting new standards and expectations for preparation, execution, and accountability. Analysts speculate that this influence extends beyond individual performance, potentially affecting team culture, cohesion, and resilience during high-stakes games. Preseason matchups are being scrutinized as testing grounds for Sutton's integration, with insiders suggesting that early glimpses of red zone synergy could foreshadow a dramatic shift in scoring efficiency. Fans are already theorizing about touchdown distributions, target percentages, and scenarios where Sutton's presence forces defenses to double-team, opening opportunities for complementary players. Rumors indicate that training staff are customizing workouts, recovery protocols, and conditioning routines to maximize Sutton's durability and explosiveness, reflecting an organizational commitment to extracting peak performance. Even the psychological dimension is under discussion, as Sutton's confidence, leadership, and ability to thrive under pressure may inspire the offensive unit to elevate collective performance. Social media debates highlight contrasting perspectives on Sutton's potential, from cautious optimism to outright projections of elite production, feeding a narrative that mixes hope, speculation, and anticipation. Each report seems to reinforce the perception that Sutton's presence is more than just skill-based. It's a catalyst for a broader transformation in the Steelers' identity, particularly in how the team approaches critical moments in the red zone. The strategic ramifications of Sutton's addition extend beyond individual matchups, creating ripple effects across offensive schematics, opponent preparation, and league-wide defensive strategy. Rumors suggest that coordinators are already drawing up contingency plans, focusing on coverage rotations, safety alignments, and linebackers positioning whenever Sutton lines up in tight formations. Analysts highlight the challenge for defensive backs, who must contend not only with his height and reach, but also with his timing, footwork, and ability to create separation in confined spaces. Observers speculate about innovative offensive packages, including double-move routes, high-low reads, and motion-based schemes designed to exploit Sutton's versatility. The anticipation of how these plays might unfold generates continuous discussion among media outlets, fantasy analysts, and even casual fans eager to imagine touchdown sequences, highlight reels, and clutch moments. Rumors indicate that quarterbacks are adjusting throwing mechanics, practicing trajectory variations, and timing precision to optimize connection with Sutton, signaling a meticulous approach to integration. Even analysts focusing on special teams or situational plays acknowledge Sutton's potential impact, suggesting that his presence could alter red zone decision-making, run-pass balance, and scoring efficiency in tight contests. Social media reactions fluctuate between cautious analysis and unrestrained excitement, reflecting a spectrum of opinion that feeds the rumor mill, sustains anticipation, and ensures that Sutton's role remains central to Pittsburgh's evolving narrative. Ultimately, the strategic dimension of this acquisition extends far beyond a single target. It redefines the Steelers' offensive philosophy, forcing both teammates and opponents to adapt and respond to a new reality built around a dynamic, high-impact player. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.